And I thought we would play with the Cuttlebug. So that's what we're gonna do. So let me put the camera down. I'm gonna put it down and here we go, okay? Let's go. I happen to have the beautiful pink one they got at Joann's. I just love this because of the way my craft room is set up. And when you open these little doors, it causes a suction to hold it down to your table. So what I do is turn it where it's going to be easy for me to crank it. So I turn it like that. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we're going to do these butterflies. These are from Cricut Cuttlebug, as you can see, and they're the Anna Griffin design. There's 3 butterflies, and I'm going to put them all on here at one time. And so we're going to put our A plate. Now we're going to act like we don't have the metal one right now. We're going to use it without, then I'll show you with the metal. Then you're going to put your foam piece that comes with it. Then you're going to put a B plate, and you're going to use the one that's not so damaged, it doesn't have very many scratches and what have you in it on the bottom. Then we're going to put our butterflies on here. I'm going to put all 3 of them on here. And then I want to use this light pink paper. Now, what some people do is take washi tape and tape their, you want to have it where, you see this, there's a slick side, and there's a side with the indentions. You want that to be up above. You want that to be facing whatever way your paper's facing, because it's gonna cut your paper. So we're gonna put it here. I think I can make mine work just fine without putting paper tape on it. Then you're gonna take your B plate that has been pretty banged up B plate, which is, you can see this one, look at how I've just used the daylights of it. So I think I'm going to turn it over because it gets to dipping, you know, it gets to, see, it kind of gets warped. So I'm going to turn it over this time, and I'm going to grab it all together. Ah, look what I just did. Grabbed it with my finger. I'm going to put it all in there. That's why a lot of people, that's why I love the metal piece. I love the metal piece, and I'll show you that in a minute. Then you take and you turn your knob, and that loud cracking noise is okay. Okay, now I'm to the end of the B plate. My paper's longer, and I'm going to actually go backwards and go back through it just to make sure. And hopefully it stayed where it was supposed to. We have our pink butterflies. So now what I'm going to do to make it emboss all of the stuff that was inside those dies, I'm going to take this rubber mat off and put the bee right down on top of it. I'm going to put the rubber mat right on top of those, and then put my B plate right back on. So you've got your A, your B. You did have your A and your rubbery mat and your B. Now we're just going to have A, B. We're going to put the rubbery mat right on top. Then we're going to put the other B that's all scrunched up and kind of disgusting. We're going to run it through. Once is probably just fine, but I'm going to run it back through again. And we're going to take this off and this off. Woo! And there's our butterfly all completely embossed. Little places, you see that? This one is a little bit stuck, so I'm going to turn it over and take a pokey tool. This is actually from Cricut, but you can use anything. And I'm going to push it out. And there you have. And now you can actually use the debossing. Embossing is where it pokes out at the top. Now, how you can clean all these little tiny pokey things that are stuck in there. You can actually, like I like to use this, and you can actually just, there's my little pieces that we actually cut. We want to save those. Here's the metal pieces that have some in it. Now, you can either go from the back and poke them with the pokey tool like this, and that's perfectly fine, or you can get one of these. This is called a tool-in-one. It's actually from Spellbinders, and you can roll it on here, and it rolls that right off. Rolls those pieces. If you hold it up, you can lay it down, but I find that it works a lot better if you hold it up, because then the bristles from this stick down in those little holes, and it rolls it right off pretty fast. Okay, and here's the last one. Okay, we're going to use our magnetic cutting mat. See, it says magnetic cutting mat. I love this thing. So you're going to do your A, you're going to do your magnetic cutting mat, then you're going to do your good B that's not all scrunched up, and we're going to take and turn the paper upside down this time, because I want the light pink to be cut out because of the way I'm going to do it. Now watch this. When I put my butterflies on here, see that? It sticks right to the magnetic mat. Love this thing. Then right after you put your cutting die, your embossing die, you put your paper down, and then you put your B plate that's all scrunched up and messed up. I'm going to run it through our, hang on. Woo, making noises. Okay, here we go. And sure enough, but we want to leave those there because we want to emboss them. So we're going to leave that there. Now, to emboss them, you do need the embossing mat. And it's going to be too thick to run it with the magnetic mat. So you do need to move that. So you'll just put that on top. Use your B plate that's all nasty from getting cut up. Run it through. We've already cut them. Now we're going to emboss them. That is if you want to emboss them. Okay, and hopefully they stayed inside their self. Oh, there they are. And this one, I think, looks perfect as well. Yes, see? So, and there you have it. It's totally embossed. Okay, sometimes when you use this glittery paper, it doesn't cut as well as some of the other papers, but I want to use this one. This is really pretty to put on a card or anything. It doesn't even have to be a card. It could be on, you know, a gift, or it could be on a journal that you're making. You could use it for a pocket, for a journal. You could use it for anything. So we're going to use our magnetic, we're going to use our A. We're going to use the magnetic mat. We're going to use the B that's not all torn up, but you want to put this here. This is very pretty. I got it in a pack. I believe I got it actually at Michael's in a pack of glittery paper. 12 by 12 sheets. Okay, so you want to put this flat part down on this B, because it really sticks right to this mat, this magnetic mat. But even through the B, look at this. It'll really stick through there. Then let's take some of this beautiful glittery and let's put it on here. And then we're going to put our ugly duckling bee. Now, I bought myself the long mats also, that I can run longer sheets of paper. So I could have done, if I wanted to do all one paper, I could have done the butterflies and the other design all at one time. because I bought the long mats. I'll show those to you in just a second. Okay, so there's the cutout. Here's this. Now, let's do the same thing to emboss it. Don't know if it's going to really work super duper good on this vinyl to emboss it, but we're going to take the magnetic mat out. We're going to lay this down. We're going to put the cushion on top, because all we want to do now is emboss it. It's already cut. We just want to put that design inside the cut. We're going to roll it through, take it out. So I got my pink from my butterfly everywhere, don't I? Okay, so then we're going to turn this over. I'm going to go ahead and use the mat to clean it on. And I'm going to poke. Now these designs are kind of cool that come off of this. So you might want to save these. You could just, you know, glue these down. I think you could make it look pretty cool. Okay, look how pretty that is. Especially if you put it on a, you know, a solid color. It's just such a pretty design. Even if you put it on, you know, a cream piece of paper. Isn't it pretty? So, okay. So this is a very fun design to use, this even against this gray. Look how pretty that is against even a gray. You know, to do a card. So fun. What I'm doing is, as I'm putting these all away, I'm trying to remember who they are so that I can label where I put them. I've got them on, well, let me show you one of the small ones, for instance. Here's what I'm doing with the small one. I have a piece of, well, these are the ones where I split. I have a piece of magnet in there. And on the back I have this is actually sticky magnet, and so I stuck it to 110 cardstock, cheap cardstock, and then I put my dies on there, and then I have it inside of a little folder. And actually I didn't realize I ordered folders that didn't have a flap. So I made me a little jig, and I took and sliced me a little flap just because I wanted them to be able to stay shut so nothing would fall out. I bought this box right here. Very pretty in my style of my craft room style. So pretty. And then I found these little fabric, you know, those little fabric containers, but these are so small. So I put 2 of them in there. So I've been getting these all prepared and, you know, putting them in here. On this, the smaller ones on this side. And I wanted to, you know, mark what they were and what brand and who made them and stuff. And then I'm going to take and put the long ones this way. So for instance, let me see, I think I already have, yeah, I have a piece of the magnet on a piece of the cardstock. And then I have these 2. Aren't those gorgeous? I cut some of those out. Let me show you those. They're so pretty. I cut this one out on a cream. Well, that's not going to show you anything because it's on a cream. So I'll show it to you in a pink. Isn't that pretty? Pretty lacy trim. I love this. And then this one as well. I actually cut that out of this very pretty, I got it off of the glitzy paper. But it's just so pretty. Isn't it pretty? Such a pretty design. I just love those 2. Those, let me see if I have the paper. Oh, here it is. Yeah. These are LDRS polka doodles, and that's what this one is, that. And then the other one is also LDRS polka doodles. One of them is scalloped swag, and the other one is Victoria border. I love those. But see, I want this to be able to be with, after I get it all ready together and put it in there, you know, on the piece of magnet. And so a bunch of these, and I've got a bunch of the magnets already ready. And then I have ordered the 5x7 envelopes with a little flap on them to hold them there. So yeah, but aren't those beautiful? I love these. And I'm going to be making a bunch of cards. But anyhow, I thought I would just talk about cutting and embossing with the wonderful Cuttlebug that I love. My Cuttlebug, I really love it. I only, for this box here, I just like it because it, you know, matches all my stuff. And I think I'm going to put a little handle on each side right down below this so it's easier to lift, and have it just behind me. And then I'll have, you know, quite a few of the dies I can fit in here, the long ones this way and the short ones this way. It just works for me. I don't have a bazillion of them, but I am collecting them and getting more, and I just love it. So I think that is probably going to do it. Anyhow, that's going to really do it for today. I thought it would just be fun to just do Cuttlebug, just some cutting and embossing, with and without the magnetic plate. Mat. I love the magnetic mat. It's probably my favorite thing. Oh, and I was going to show you that I purchased the long ones. Okay, I got the B plate, the 13-inch B plate, and it comes with two. And then I got a 13-inch A plate. And I got the C plate. Now, the C plate can be used in the place of rubber embossing mat and one of the B plates. So you can use this instead of the rubber embossing mat and one of the B plates because it's thicker. So you wouldn't even have to use the embossing mat. And then I'm going to see if I can find myself one of the long magnetic 13-inch magnetic plates. I don't have one of those yet. But I love my Cuttlebug. I think it's just fantastic. And you know, we had a big snowstorm and we were completely out of power. So you know what we could use during the day where we could see, or even by candlelight, we can use our Cuttlebug. Anyhow, I love this Cuttlebug. It's just one of my very favorite tools. And I love the pink. But I love the blue and I love the teal. I love them. And I understand, I was told that they're not making Cuttlebugs anymore. I don't know if that's true, but I'll try to find that information out and get it to you. So all of you have a wonderful day, and we'll see all you good people later, okay? Bye-bye.